Dave, Mike Cobbett from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. This is the LandCruiser you wanted a video on. It's a 1987 LandCruiser. Everything you hear or seen in the ad is all here. I'm going to give you a quick overview. You asked about rust. It's 25 years old. It's pretty impossible to say there's no rust on it. But there is no rust on the front, no rust on the doors. I put a patch, which was basically a lip, on this corner. I went all the way around here with this fender. The lip was gone and it had a patch. Someone had previously put a patch here. So I did the MIG work, put the patches in, and then I had a body man do the rest of it for me. There's no body fill in here, no body fill up here, anywhere. The biggest reason being, with these vehicles, we use undercoat in Canada, Nova Scotia, and these holes that you see with the plugs in them here, and all the way around, there's 7 or 8 per each door. That's where they put the undercoat spray in. That's what allows these vehicles to stay in such good shape. This is the original rocker panel. There's no body fill. There's actually 2 rubber plugs underneath the bottom of this that you can take out, and that's how you oil it as well from the top. Okay, so it looks like someone already put a little dent in it here. However, it is 25 years old. Now, this was what they call a Canadian hardtop, and it was a 2-door. There was only 600 manufactured for Canada in 1987, and my understanding is half of them went to the mines underground in the coal and the salt mines. So they're very rare due to the moratorium or the diesel emissions thing, and they never were allowed to go to the States for years. So I guess now at a certain age, I think you guys can get them now. Anyway, this is the original. I have the panels for here on the sides, but I've taken them out because I just did the body work and the paint, and also want to get undercoat. Okay, folding rear seat. Folds up like so, folds back. That seat is actually removable. If you want to remove it, you can also do that. The reason I took the panels out, besides doing the body work, was to put stereo speakers in it for the kid. Now, there's a couple of patches here I put in here. I rusted through, but there's a small hole there, there's one there and one there. I left it like that and I painted it like that, so I got nothing to hide. Everything else underneath the floor of this vehicle is good. Now, back doors, they're all solid, there's no rust on them. Same thing, there's plugs in all the way around. There's holes to get in the door to access it to undercoat. These plugs come out, same as on this door here. You put the grease and graphite to it, and that's how you get a 25-year-old truck in Atlantic Canada. Anyway, everything works on the truck, as I said. Has a trailer hitch. There was a hitch, wire connector here. The wires are underneath. I've got them taped. My son tore it off 4-wheeling. I've never put it back because the trailer, it was for a four plug. I think it was for a 4-prong trailer, and I have nothing with it that small. So anyway, I never did anything like that. The panels are in the barn for that. We'll show you them in a minute. All the glass was taken out before the paint job was done. Those are the original rims on that truck, and the original spare is there, and it's a chrome rim as well. There is some rust on the rims. However, an SOS pad and a little bit of wax, they still clean up pretty good. You can pretty well get all the parts for this from Toyota. So I buy everything originally from Toyota that I can, because there's very few aftermarket parts for these things. And everything that's been done to this since I've had it in the last 7 or 8 years, it's pretty well been everything. So everything works on it. The seats adjust up, head, recline, tilt, back and forth. That's all there. There's an aftermarket stereo in it now. My son put in, it's a CD player. But I have the original radio and a couple of other radios that were in over time. The woman that I bought it from, she gave me everything that goes with it. However, there's no jack. I'm still trying to find the jack. She says she has it in her possession, but I just haven't been able to get it from her yet. So everything's good underneath. Rocker panels on this side. Now, this quarter panel here, I put one patch here. It needed a small patch here, and other than that, it needed a lip. This lip was gone, so I welded a patch right here, MIG welded all the way along, fabricated my own. You couldn't buy these from Toyota, so that's what I've done. But you take a look up inside there. Everything's done to perfection. The fellow that painted it for me was not a rookie. He's been 40-odd years of paint. So it had a stripe package on it, and it was originally silver, and you can see that by the inside of the door. This is the original silver color. The paint coat and everything's on the other side and on the door here, and I just taped it over when we painted it. However, these are Toyota colors. This is their charcoal gray metallic, and that is their iceberg white on their new 2012 FJ Cruiser. So I did stay with the Toyota theme anyway. Now, you see the bumper here? It's got a little dent in the bumper right there. My son ran into the back of a van after he had his driver's license for about 4 hours. No damage to the frame or anything. I basically took the bumper off. I put it in the vise with a couple of 2x4s and a maul, and I straightened it out enough to put it back on. But I think these bumpers are very interchangeable. They run for a lot of years. It's the same bumper on a lot of models of these, so I don't think aftermarket or an original Toyota would be a tough find. Manual locking hubs. 4-wheel drive works. You still have to turn it. Same as, and it also has a bow-low on it. Underneath the hood. And it's a 4-cylinder diesel, and it's a 24-volt electrical system in it. As you can see by the oil underneath the hood here and everything in the firewall there, there's no rust on the front of this vehicle anywhere. It's been well taken care of. To my knowledge, I'm the second owner of this vehicle. The gentleman that had it died of a quick heart attack one afternoon after he had taken this to the nearest Toyota dealership for an undercoating. It sat in the barn for a couple of years. I ended up selling this lady a car, and that's how I found about it. So I bought it from her, and it's been in my possession now about, I think, 7 or 8 years. Now there is like a fiber liner that goes on this, just to kind of deaden the noise of the diesel. And it's just, there's so much undercoat and rust check on it that eventually it just got so damn soft and heavy it just started pulling apart. So they are available. You can get them through Toyota, and I don't know how much they cost, but I know they're available. In the US, a lot of the parts for Toyota that we were getting here in Atlantic Canada come out of California. So once the VIN number of this is put in the registration, you can pretty well get parts for it. Okay, dual batteries. I'm going to start it up. Has a preheat and a filter on it. It has a glow plug system. So inside, when you turn the key on, there's 2 lights. When they light up orange, you have to wait until they go off. That's where they actually heats up the glow plugs, and then you touch it and away she goes. Both batteries in that, one's about 6 months old, the other one's a year old. New air filter in it. Motor vehicle inspections here are 2 years, and you can see it's good until May of 2015. Tilt steering on it, rear defrost, rear wiper, everything works in it. Fan works, emergency brake works, she's in neutral right now, 4-wheel drive. Also has a throttle control on it, right there. That throttle control, you can set your idle speed to whatever you want. If you're 4-wheeling or off-road or something like that, that will actually take place of your accelerator just by turning that. Okay. Other than that, it's pretty basic. Everything's here, everything's original, everything works. So it does work. 4-wheel drive works great, but I'm just painting it. We're not taking it off-road today. And if you have any more questions, feel free to call me at my phone number. Let me know what you think. And also, they can be railed from Halifax to Chicago. There is a company, somebody in the rail company there that does that. So if you want to take it any further, then we'll go from there. We'll give you the details on that if that's what you... Anyway, that's it. We'll go underneath, give you a quick view of underneath. You want me to do it? Just shoot the front suspension. I can get right. What do I got to hit, babe? Or is it on? Mm-hmm. It's on?
Yes.
Does it auto zoom? Is it on? Mm-hmm. Frame, everything is excellent on this vehicle. To say it's not a 10 out of 10, but it's a good 8. And it won't haul the hat off your head. 60 miles an hour on the highway is probably about as good as you're going to get. And if you get bigger tires on it, then you don't get that. We get about 500 kilometers on a tank of fuel, but diesel here is about $6 a gallon. So I think you get around 300 miles to a tank of fuel on it. Yeah, I guess that's everything. I've got lots of spare parts. I'll show you those right now. All the glass in the back works. Everything works.